Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. My name is Joseph. Today, I want to do another Amorphis reaction to one of their older songs, and particularly live footage, because I really liked how they performed live overall. And it's going to be the song Under the Red Cloud. It's been requested by you guys, so it's about time I got to it. Without any further ado, let's get into the reaction. If you're new to this channel and you haven't seen any of the other Amorphis reactions I've done, I try to express my point of view as much as I can so you can see what I like, dislike, and kind of the thoughts I have as I'm listening to the song, as well as kind of the emotions. And if you like that kind of approach, make sure to subscribe down below for more. And without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's not waste any more time. For those who are wondering, I did turn down the volume a little bit on the videos so that I can speak during the reaction as well, actually, so I don't have to stop as much. Oh, that's a dope set, like the background with the gargoyles. Right away, it's kicked in nice and melodic. So I'll be honest right away, it does seem like the sound is a little bit iffy in terms of the quality, but since I already started, I want to continue with it. I can hear right away though the riffs and the melodies are really nice, really beautiful. And even with the quality of sound, it doesn't stop it from being what it is. So let's kind of dissect it a little bit more and see what kind of elements I'm able to pick up. Yeah, I'm really liking the melodies on the guitar. One thing Amorphis has been really good at since the first song I heard, Daughter of Hate, is they're able to pack their emotional side in there, meaning whether it be aggression, whether it be melancholy, sadness, whatever they're trying to portray, you really feel it in their music, whether it be through their music and the instruments or his voice. And I always find for some reason that Mike a little bit funny. I don't know why he chose that particular style. Maybe somebody in the crowd knows why that particular style of kind of grip with the microphone's being used. I've never seen it before. He's literally the only person. But his voice, when he sings, he's able to evoke emotion. When he growls, he has that aggression. He's a very versatile vocalist, I would say, one of the more versatile vocalists, especially in the melodic death metal genre. At least in my opinion, that's what I've heard. Yeah, the growls. I would make an argument that Amorphis, I don't know what their early stuff is like. I'm guessing this is a little bit later. They kind of transcend the stereotypical melodic death metal of needing to have really heavy riffs like that death metal roots, and really lean into the melodic slash almost rock power metal side of it. You can especially hear it with something like their latest single, The Moon, which I wasn't crazy about. I thought it was a good single, but I wasn't exactly blown away by it. Sample so far is my favorite one because it has just a nice blend of heavy and melodic. But you can see the direction the band is going in. And it sounds like it's a natural direction for the band of being just a lot more melody focused. And it seems to be a theme in a lot of Finnish bands. to have this melodic thematic behind this music. Maybe it's just part of a cultural thing. Whereas I'm sure if you go like Brazil, there's a lot of rough bands and very aggressive bands in Brazil. Even the power metal bands are a little bit on the aggressive side. Yeah, sometimes I see him sing more than I do even use growling. That's a beautiful melody. I've always wondered with this band and many other bands that I've reacted to is how much, and I mean without the beautiful words in the interviews, without any kind of filter, 100% not worrying about what your answer might be. What is the reason for some of these bands' transformations to some that start really heavy and loud and turn very melodic and more melancholic, or something that's a little calmer, like Insomnia? Insomnia is a good band that started a lot heavier. It's gone a lot more melodic throughout the years. Was it a natural progression for somebody like Insomnia and Amorphis, or kind of necessitated by what the fans were enjoying or leaning towards, or the idea of expanding their sound to more people? I know Megadeth for sure. That was kind of one of the caveats. Metallica with Black Album, you know, it's kind of widely known they created Black Album to reach a bigger audience, which obviously it did. It's one of the greatest selling records of all time, and still becomes one of the most divisive for Metallica. Where a lot of people call it a sellout album. I've always liked it. It's probably my introduction to Metallica, and then I dove deep into the old albums and love them more. Obviously, I'm the person who likes Ride the Lightning than more than Master of Puppets. I always wondered, without any filter, what would a band like Amorphis say? Was there a natural progression for them, or something that was necessitated by fans or the times? I like this transition. Yeah, it's a nice solo. Yeah, this one, like, even for example, you could barely call this a melodic death metal song. You could put it like doom, right? Maybe like doom metal. Maybe even something lighter than that, because I would say it's a quite light song in terms of how heavy or aggressive it is. It's not a very aggressive song, and they have a lot of songs like that. But I do like it. Can't say it's my favorite out of the ones you guys have recommended to me. The Queen, Sampo, the couple of songs from the Queen album, the Queen Bee album that I've heard that were really, really good. Yeah, I actually myself, I think I might have mentioned this on this channel. I'm not a big power metal fan. If I listen to power metal, it almost always has to be infused with thrash to give it a more of an edge. I have a hard time listening to purely power metal unless it's like Blind Guardian, I think, and even then they have speed metal kind of roots there as well. Like, so I need something more. I typically get very bored with classic power metal. And then the same thing kind of happens when it comes to death metal, melodic death metal, thrash. I tend to be the more aggressive. I like more aggressive music. doesn't have to be aggressive lyrics or vocals, but I do enjoy a harsher sound, which is the reason why Amorphis is very kind of in the middle band for me. I understand their worth, their value, their skills and musicianship 100%. There is no doubt about it. But there's some songs I really like, and then some songs are just too soft to me. But I feel the same way about, for example, about Amorphis. Their latest albums, the last 3 albums, I think, they were very kind of soft in comparison to what they've released before. And maybe it's due to the fact they're getting older, they don't have the same fire, they want to change their sound, want to become more commercial, whatever the reasons might be. It doesn't really matter. It's still the matter of fact. And it's just not. I did the same kind of reaction to Arch Enemy. I felt the same way about them, which is almost always the case for me. As a band gets older, I typically like their earlier albums more. It seems to be the most inspired. It seems to be the most full of fire. I'm not going to say aggressive, full of fire. And their later stuff can be extremely interesting and sophisticated, but it changes. At least that's how I always felt myself. Yeah, those growls. I'm gonna hear more of them. And these sound really good live. Consistently. It kind of speaks to how good of musicians they are. It's also weird for me to see a death metal band, melodic death metal band, and the crowd to be this calm. Because everyone I've seen, no matter how tame, the crowd's been insane. Every possible song. But yeah, I kind of expressed my thoughts here. I think for me, the perfect melodic death metal band, where the progression, the change of the band was to my liking, was Rotting Christ. Because Rotting Christ was kind of more hardcore black metal or death metal. I don't know which one you classify it as. But as they progressed, they really leaned into this kind of melodic death metal sound. I'm trying to remember with that album where it has like the Greek, the Spartan helmet. And from that album on, I am absolutely in love with Rotting Christ and what they do. I just love the sound and almost like the intensity of those albums, and at the same time how melodic they can be. But you kind of get, I think you get an impression how I feel about this band, and you see me kind of react to certain songs really positively and other ones a little bit more mildly, like The Moon, which I know of you guys who've listened to it many, many times over enjoyed it more. I haven't yet. I kind of still feel the same about it. But at the same time, maybe perhaps I should dive deep into the earlier work of Amorphis, where it was a little bit more of an edge and heavier. But I will leave you guys with that. I think I've left enough information to start an interesting conversation, and we'll take it off from there and kind of have a little back and forth. And guys, make sure to enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe and enjoy your holidays.